Today we're going to be looking at editing and correcting documents using Microsoft Word 2013. This is lesson 3 in your book. In this lesson we're going to talk a little bit about inserting text into a Word document, replacing text that is already in a Word document, using the Select All button. Also not listed here is we're going to demonstrate the Undo button. And finally, we're going to go back and modify a style as well, which is something we did in our last lesson. To begin today's lesson, we do need to open up the file from our book. And so in our book, we are in lesson 3. The actual page number that we need is page 103. So I'm going to come up here to my page number area, type in 103 and press the enter key. That'll take me to the correct page. I'll then see this doc file, which will allow me to open this up. I will click at the bottom in order to get the file open. That starts Word. It is opened in protected view, so I'm going to enable editing. And the last step is I want to save this to my dated folder. So I'm going to go to File, Save As, saving it to Documents. If you don't have a folder with today's date on it, go ahead and click on New Folder and type in today's date, pressing Enter, and then double click on the folder with today's date to open that folder. The file name is going to be W03Try, but after try I want you to put a dash and then your initials and click Save. We're going to insert some text into this document. The top line says for release, and what we really want it to say is for immediate release. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click in between the word for and release, and I'm going to put my caps lock key on because I want to do this in all caps, and we're going to type in the word immediate for immediate release. And you can see as we type that, the text just moves to the side, allowing for the new text to be put in place. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to replace some text. Where it says Illinois, Denver, Illinois, to my knowledge, there is no Denver, Illinois. Denver is actually in Colorado. So what we're going to do is we're going to select the word Illinois. While you can delete the text, it is not necessary. If the text is selected and you begin typing, it will automatically replace it. So I'm going to type in Colorado, taking my caps lock off. The next thing I want to do is change the date. So I'm going to select the date that's there, and we're going to put in today's date. So I'm going to have you type in today's date. I'm typing in August. We'll put in 20th. I'm going to type in 20. You actually put in today's date. And 2015. So we've replaced some of our text. The last thing I want you to do as far as replacing text is down here at the bottom, the last word, it says Experienced Guides. Please replace the word guides with leaders. Sometimes you want to make changes to the entire document, and there is a couple ways to make this happen. On the Home tab, on the far right hand side, there is a Select option, and if you click on Select, there is the option that says Select All. What that does is it selects everything in the document. So if I wanted to change the font, if I want to make the text larger, if I want to make it bold, I could do that all at one time. One thing you do need to be careful of is accidentally deleting text. Once the text is selected, if you type anything on your keyboard, I'm going to type my name, all of a sudden all of that text disappears. Now, there is a key in our quick access toolbar that does become one of your best friends. This button that looks kind of like a U-turn to the left is the undo button. That undo button does exactly what it sounds like. It undoes whatever the last thing it was that you did. So undo will allow you to undo a mistake that you may have made in the document without a whole lot of effort. So you will become best friends with that undo button before the end of the class. Let's go back to this first line. We're going to select the second line is what I meant to select. So I'm going to select this first line, Voyager Travel Adventures, and I want to delete this text. So with the text selected, on the keyboard I press the delete key and that text goes away. Finally, the last thing we're going to do to this document is we're going to change a style. So I'm going to select the first line, and we are going to utilize a style called Heading 1. You will notice styles called Heading 1, Heading 2, and if you dig deep enough, there are also Heading 3 and Heading 4. We'll talk about that at a later time. But these can be used in a variety of different ways. For right now, we're just going to go ahead and apply a Heading 1 style for immediate release. Finally, you want to save your work. Earlier we gave it a name, so you're going to want to go up to File and choose Save. By clicking on Save, it will save the work that you have done since we began working on this document and when we initially saved the file. In this lesson, we took a quick look at inserting text into a document, replacing existing text. We used the Select All button, and we modified a style.